What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I'm your host, Devin. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Watch this episode all the way to the end because I don't want you guys missing out what I have in store for you today. So we got game two today. The Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers, Lake Show, and Minnesota Timberwolves. Will the Timberwolves get another win? Could they make it a 2-0 lead? Could they take a 2-0 lead? A question for discussion before we get into today's topic. What are the expectations for the Lakers for game two? What are the expectations? Because as we know, LeBron stated himself in game one, and here it reads, maybe it took us one playoff game to now get a feel for it and know what type of intensity, the type of physicality is going to be brought to the game, James told reporters. And in game one, LeBron 19 3 and 5 was 8 and 18 from the field. Luka 37 1 and 8, 12 of 22 from the field. Austin Reeves 16 3 and 3 and shooting 5 of 13 from the field. So we understand Lakers, their whole dynamic. You know, they're playing at home. Talking about the third seed, they're playing at home. And then you had Minnesota, who four guys on this roster was getting buckets. Anthony Edwards 22 9 and 8 shooting. He was 8 of 22 from the field. McDaniels 25 2 and 9, 11 of 13 from the field. Naz Reid 23 2 and 5, 18 of 12 from the field, and Julius Randle 16 5 and 5 with shooting 6 of 11 from the field. And Anthony Edwards said himself his response to game 1 was it's not big at all, man. Just game 1, Edwards said. So they're not the the Minnesota Timberwolves on one hand, they're not getting their hopes up. They're not getting on the high just because they won one game. The game basically the game ain't over until they win the series. Once the first round is over, they win four games in this the series of the playoffs of the first round. Then it's over. Then you can celebrate. But right now it's just one game. Lakers, on the other hand, they understand what they need to do. Game two, I say what the Lakers need to do in game two to make this much better is number one, like LeBron said, the physicality. I feel like they need to be more physical on both ends of the court. Another thing is you need to force Naz Reid and McDaniels to take difficult shots, get more aggressive on perimeter defense, get more second chance opportunities. Watching game one, they allowed too many opportunities for Minnesota to knock down shots, giving too much space. Naz Reid, McDaniels, Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, they were knocking down threes left and right. Julius Randle and McDaniels in the corner. Naz Reid at the right wing. Anthony Edwards at the top of the key. They were allowing they were allowing Minnesota offensively to get ahead, and Lakers started to seem like they had a bit of life coming back in. That hey, we probably could win this game, but they just fell short in the first game. And sometimes it does take the first game. Like I always said, setting the tone, winning that first game sets the tone not only for you, not only for your team, but for the other team that lets them know like we gotta figure out what we need to do better so we can come back in. But at the same time, things can change. I got the Lakers winning game two because I don't think the Lakers are gonna allow Minnesota to win both games in LA in their house. I don't think that that's gonna happen. LeBron has to get to a point where he has to, put up a bit of scoring. I feel like Dorian Finney-Smith could have played a part. Like get Dorian Finney-Smith involved. We've seen him a couple times hit a couple of shots. Rui Hachimura was hitting a couple of shots here and there, but you got to get those other guys involved. Now, honestly, Dorian Finney-Smith is a post lockdown defender. I mean, stopping them from getting to the paint, yeah, but then after that, with Minnesota, once they started clogging up the paint, then now it's like I gotta force you to guard me from the perimeter. You're not gonna do it. Then it creates a opportunity for me to go back in the paint. So they were Minnesota was just playing their style of basketball and was really having their way. Like I said with the Lakers, they have to guys like I know Austin Reeves, you know, holds himself responsible for that game. I mean, he did what he could, but at the same time, it's not just how you do on the offensive end; it's how you do on the defensive end as well. So Lakers, they know what they got to do. They gotta make sure they play great defense. Get Jackson Hayes involved. You got Alex Lynn. He was your other big man. Get him out there and so they can take advantage of the mismatch because that's what Minnesota was doing, taking advantage of the mismatch. Oh, I got this smaller defender on me. Okay, I know what I can do. I'm gonna body him. I'm gonna drive to the basket. He's not as fast as me. I'm gonna get to the basket, or I'm gonna force him to the situation where he's gonna have to guard me on the perimeter, where either I make the shot or I get fouled. So moving forward, Minnesota got the momentum, the advantage right now. But the Lakers, they got to respond in game two. You can't get punched in the mouth again. That is all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devin, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.